Thank you, Coach King. Next, would like to have Coach Harold Nichols, Presbyterian College Blue Hose. And Coach Nichols, can you guys move from day games to night games for the rest of the season? I'm excited about it.
Well, thank you. Everybody hear me okay? Yeah, excited about being here with you guys today. Gord, I tell you what, having an opportunity to have a college football icon like Gord Rogers here is a special treat for all of us. And really looking forward to hearing his words and appreciate him coming down and fellowshipping with us, celebrating football like we do here every other week. We've got an open date this week. We don't have a game scheduled tomorrow. I told our kids it was an open date, not an off week. There's a difference, and so we've been working hard this week. Gives us a chance to get out and see a lot of high school games tonight. Reestablish some recruiting ties. So it's not an off week for the coaches, I'll tell you that. I don't have any players here with me today because they've all kind of skedaddled out after class this morning. We haven't really had our break since July the 1st. We kind of went right through summer school, right into August camp, started our season. So they haven't been home to see Mama yet. So they're all out and about, probably going to their respective high school games tonight. So, but this week has come at a good time for us. We've had a difficult schedule here early part of the year. We played 2 FBS opponents. 2 weeks ago, we played Furman at home under the lights. It was a good night for the Blue Hose. We were able to squeak out a win against Powell. It's the first time we've beaten Furman since 1979, since Coach Gall was the head coach there. It was a validation for a lot of hard work of our players. I think last time I was here talking with you guys, I talked to you about really how I really like this football team, how I like the character and the makeup, the leadership that I've got. That really showed true in that game that Saturday night. And just so happy for our players. It's not just our win Saturday night against Furman. It was all the players that I've had since I've been there building this thing, and hopefully it'll be hopefully a kickoff to a lot of wins like that for the Blue Hose coming up. I couldn't wipe the smile off my face for about 24 hours. The food tastes better. I mean, I thought, I had achieved great things, and then I go into the office there, and I start watching film of North Carolina State, and then that smile went to a frown real quick. And, we go to Raleigh, played Raleigh last Saturday night up there. Great environment. They've got a great home atmosphere up there. Really a close ball game. It's a one-score game with about 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. We're down 7-0. We had missed a couple opportunities down in the red zone and had a turnover and made it a short field for them. They're really a talented team and had a hard time matching up with them at times. Kind of got away from us there in the third quarter a little bit, gave up some big plays. When you play those teams, you have a tendency to do that. But I was really proud of our football team. We had 37 minutes of time of possession on offense and had 18 first downs. So I think we're making some progress offensively. We won't play a team as talented as North Carolina State until November when we go play Ole Miss. So hopefully we'll be able to transfer some of those kind of small moral victories and games like that when we play against Western Carolina next weekend. So again, this open date comes at a really good time for us. Get some guys healed up and get ready to go next week against Western Carolina, which is a day game, 2 o'clock game.
We're 2-0.
Yeah, well, I know it. Coach Reese mentioned that to me the other night. He said, "Why don't we play all of our games tonight?" I said, "Well, the way things are going, that sounds like a great idea." But 2 o'clock kickoff would be great. It'll be a great atmosphere. Playing a good Western Carolina team who plays Furman tomorrow in their first Southern Conference opener for them. So again, love coming here, love celebrating football and high school football. There's nothing like Friday nights on all the communities around the state. I was in Orangeburg yesterday speaking at the Touchdown Club down there, saw Coach Jeffries and celebrating all those high school programs down there. And so there's nothing like Friday night football. And I wish all the teams here good luck. And I know Coach King get going next week again, and his open day comes at a good time for him, just like me. So I'm your biggest fan. Really appreciate all your support. all the support you guys give TC, and look forward to coming over here. Thanks all the sponsors for all you guys do. So we can come over here and celebrate football like we do. So good luck to everybody. Thank you all for having me.
Coach Chris Liner, Lauren Trace.
I just want to reiterate what all the other coaches said about Mr. Rogers being here. And I've had players lobbying all week wanting to, hey, Coach, am I going to get to go? So, I mean, they knew you were coming. They knew you were coming before I did. And that's a good thing. It speaks an awful lot of you, and we're certainly happy that you're here. Again, want to just mention again what Coach Nichols just said about how much we appreciate having an opportunity to be here. It does mean a lot. I asked our guys on the way over here if any of them had ever been before, and none of them had. And you could tell they were excited about having an opportunity to, just for some confirmation from you of what they're doing and how hard they're working, and, first and foremost, how hard they're trying to represent you in a positive way. And, that's the thing that's the most important to all of us, I know. And it's something that the guys that we brought with us today certainly embody. I do want to go ahead and just mention real quick, brought 3 of our players with us. Grayson Bells, who's our quarterback. Grayson didn't start week 1, but has been our quarterback since week 2, and has played tremendous the last 3 games. I know his first love is baseball, but if he was about 3 or 4 inches taller, he'd have some extreme decisions to make because he is a very talented quarterback. He's a great leader. He's one of those guys that, I was excited about him having to ride in the truck over here with me because he's probably said 8 words to me since I've met him. And he's just a quiet kid, all-American kid, sharp kid, very, I saw him reading his game plan that we give him yesterday in his locker. Just an impressive kid all the way around. If you've got a young daughter, I've never seen him talking to a girl, but right there. Okay, that's a fact. Okay, but strong 3 or 4 touchdowns, probably 300 or 400 yards the last couple of weeks. And we don't throw the football a lot. We're throwing it about 12, 15 times a game. So, we're not throwing it 60, 70 times a game like some people are nowadays. But what we ask him to do, he does it. He does it very well. Okay. Brought Ben Santos with us. Ben is starting to tackle for us. He's the leader of our offensive line. The last couple of weeks, we've really come on offensively and started to play better. And Ben is a huge reason for that. He's an absolutely tremendous blocker and really kind of is the glue that makes that thing stick on our offensive line. Another thing that, and I'll be honest with you, Ben, the biggest reason I wanted you to come, Ben has been playing all year with a shoulder injury that for most people would require surgery. And he has not said a word to me in the era of, if your pinky hurts, you get it taped up. He just played and stayed as far away from Coach Atkinson as he could get. And to me, that's more impressive, Ben, than anything else that I can say about you, is that you cared enough about the team that you're willing to put yourself, and I'm not saying we're putting him in harm's way, okay? But that says a lot about you, Ben, and we've got him fitted for a brace now so that he can continue to play, and I don't know how much he'll play tonight, but as we move forward, and we appreciate Ben very much. And we brought Zed Anderson over here. Zed, if you've read the headlines in the last few weeks, you've seen this young man's name a tremendous amount. Against Malden 2 weeks ago, he ran an interception back about 80 or 90 yards for a touchdown, and then he ran another one back 50, 60 yards for a touchdown. He's an incredible athlete. He's somebody that, we've worked real hard, and he has too, and I've seen a tremendous amount of growth in him personally. He keeps doing what he's doing right now, and you're going to read about him on a lot of different days of the week in years to come. So we're excited about Zed. Zed's, again, a tremendous player and certainly a huge part of our defense. Thanks, Zed. Okay, just flashing back, a couple weeks ago, we played Malden. We came out, I think it was 41-27 victory. It was a really weird game. We had a lightning delay, which I know a lot of schools that tried to play that night did. In fact, a lot of y'all ended up playing on Saturday nights. I know Coach King and them ended up playing on Saturdays, and I had promised, no offense, Coach, but I had promised my wife we were going out on a date that night, so I did not come to Clinton, and wanted to, but just couldn't figure a way to wiggle out of it. And but we did the right thing, and we had a good time. We went to some place at Fountain Inn. What's that place downtown? J. Peters. It was good too. So it was. We had a good time, and we went and saw a movie and so forth. So, but the game was. I don't really know how to describe it. Mike and Barry and everybody else walking around with their phones and basically driving me crazy, to be honest with you. And I wanted to find somewhere to climb up a tree and hide, but there was lightning everywhere, so I didn't do that. But I think our coaches did a much better job that week of preparing our kids during the delay than Malden's did. And that's no offense to Coach Taylor and those guys, but because they do a great job. But we really spent some time not just sitting around and worrying about what we couldn't control. And we worked real hard on that first series coming back out on what we were going to do and some things that we felt like we could take advantage of. Because of what we do offensively, we normally see the defense of the week. We don't typically get a teams-based defense. And, we like that because if you get out of what you're doing or what you're used to doing, then, your kids are not going to be familiar with that system, whatever you've created for that week. So we enjoy the fact that teams do that. And, Clinton doesn't do that. They do what they do. But, there's a lot of teams that do that. So, and Malden was one of those. They had, kind of gotten out of their base scheme trying to stop some stuff that we do. And we felt like we needed to talk to our kids and take advantage of it, and we were able to. And we ended up coming out with a win. And then the Clinton week, and again, I've been asked this question several times. It was an awesome experience. It was our first time together, as a staff, and the Clinton-Lawrence rivalry, and it was everything and more that certainly that I expected, and then all the coaches that it was their first taste of that. They said the same thing, and was amazed at the number of Clinton folks that were at the game. A lot of times when you come out to you have a rough start to start the year, that it's easy just to not come and support the kids for them wanting to make the coaches look bad. And I'm not going. I heck with that coach. He don't know what he's doing. And it ain't about me or Coach King. It ain't about any of us. It's about the players. And if you ever walk away from a program, I think Clemson Saturday night and some of the crazies that went on with that. But if you walk away from a program and you say, I'm not giving my money to this, that, and the other, and it's about the kids. And that's real discouraging to see people with that type mentality. That it ain't about me, it ain't about Coach. It's about these kids that are sitting at the tables and what they're doing for our communities and for our young people that want to be them one day. And that's what it's all about. And so it was awesome to see the Clinton folks there, and they were there in numbers. Had some guy behind me from Clinton. He let me have it the entire game. In fact, he fired me about 5 times. Fired the whole staff, and I finally got somebody to go ask him if he was from Clinton. Of course he was, but that was pretty cool. We were winning at the time. I was figuring out why we were getting fired, and that's what made me think that but it was a great game, and I know Coach King and them aren't off to the start they wanted, but they do a great job. And if I was sitting there staring at some of the faces that were standing beside him, I don't know that we wouldn't be 0-5 right now too. And I know that's tough, and it's not something you want to talk about, but I'm not the head coach of Clinton, so I'm going to talk about it. And there's some guys that if we had standing beside us, it would make it very difficult for us to be competitive in the way that we want to compete. So that's just the way it is, and y'all all know that, okay? But sometimes we protect our players by not mentioning that stuff, and I think that's a trick for you, man. This week we play Easley. A close friend of mine's their head coach, Grayson Howell, great guy. We really, they're good on defense. They lost to Wren last week, 30-25, and Wren is a very prolific offense. They played Seneca tough, 21-7. We've got some guys that are banged up this week, and I told Coach that when I walked in, kind of feel your pain a little bit this week, and that next man in philosophy, that's what we're going with that, and we got some guys that I think are going to step in and get the job done, and that's what we expect. So we'll see what happens tonight. We're excited about going to see Easley's new facilities. Never played in that stadium before, been to the old one a million times, but never to the new one. But excited. Again, thank y'all so much for what you do. Thank all of you.